If you're a heating and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what do you need to know about permissions and upsells, and why does it matter? This is a super important question. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Salt Lake City, Utah on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. What you need to know is everybody has their own things that they're searching for in life, and they have emergencies. Okay. And like what may be an emergency to you may not be an emergency to me, and what may be an emergency to me may not be an emergency to you. So I want to tell you a story. I flew out here for an event for doing funding for deals, and it was a big deal to get an invite to this thing in Salt Lake. Actually, it was in Provo. So lots of things happened out of my control. Plane got delayed, flight got canceled. So I leave Sacramento. I'm supposed to leave at like 9. Don't get out of there until like 12:30. Get stuck in Burbank. Supposed to be an event in Provo at 6 o'clock. I was supposed to land in Salt Lake sometime at 4:30. So I would have got there roughly right on time. Due to a whole thing of circumstances, I didn't get into Salt Lake until 6:30 after this event had started. So I'd got a rental car, which I'm in, Ford Exploder. And so I go to the counter and I go to the girl. I'm like, hey, I'm here to get my car. And there's nobody in this terminal. It's a Friday afternoon. There's nobody in the terminal. For a Friday afternoon to get a rental car, there's nobody here. So the girl goes, ooh, I'm sorry. We don't have your car. And then, oh yeah, fine, let's work through it. Right? Put on my salesman hat. Let's work through this. What can we do? Well, I don't know. Okay. Well, what do we got to do to find out what we do need to know? I don't know. I said, hey, I am in a little bit of an emergency here. I'm sure everybody tells you that. I am supposed to be at an event 30 minutes ago, and it's an hour and a half in traffic to get there, right? It's literally in private jets. Like, no flex here. It's just, it was the event. And so she goes, hold on. And so she gets on the radio, and she gets a hold of her manager. And she goes, hey, I'm looking for XYZ car. And the guy goes, we don't have them. She goes, I'm looking for 123 car. We don't have them. I'm looking for, 222 car. We don't have them. And at this point, I am freaking out, right? I'm like, I've got stuff to do. So I say, hey, do me a favor. Ask him if there's any upgrades, or I'm willing to take a downgrade. I don't care at this point. I just need to go like 45 miles south of here and get to where I need to do. So she gets on the radio and says, hey, I don't know if I can, but this guy really wants to get a different car. Okay. So if you're going to do an upsell or permission, the way that you do that is this, and it's a long way to get to this story. Hey, I'm sitting here with my client. Here's what we're looking at doing, and here's what I need from you. I need you to authorize this. You literally got to give a command. I'm with a homeowner. They need a furnace. The only thing that we have is an upgrade from an 80 to a 90. I'm with a buyer. They need to get a different car. We don't have the package that they want. The only one we have is this next one up. To make this deal go through, this is what I need. I need this upgrade. Okay. Whatever way that you're going to do it is you explain the problem and then you say what you want. Not like, hey, I don't know if I can or I can't. And this is why you should join HVACTechSecrets.com. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. So the second part of the story, here's what happens. I'm standing at this desk and I'm looking at my clock, and it's 7 minutes have gone by, 8 minutes have gone by, 9 minutes have gone by, and I'm at 10 minutes and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I said, what upgrades do you have available? She was like, well, you were in this car and you go to this next one. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I'm like, great, a lot of money. I don't have a point of reference. I'm like, could you share with me what a lot of money is? And she was like, it's $15. I was like, here's my credit card. So if you have somebody who is in an emergency, you don't know what they're up against. You don't know what is expensive to them. You don't know what's not expensive to them. You don't know what they want, only by asking questions. Right? So to zip this all up, in order for the person that I met with to be more proactive, she probably could have said, hey, I've got this guy here. He needs to get an upgrade. Here's what I would like to do. Now, if you listen to Chris Voss, now that guy has the ability to say no, or that girl has the ability to say no, whoever the manager is. But without going through the process, hey, I don't know if I can, is not the way to ask for help, right? Like there's no directional certainty in that, in the way of doing that. There's no dot on the horizon. It's too easy to say no to. It's too easy to be like, yeah, let's go ahead and not take care of this person, right? So like customer service, if she was like, it's going to take too long to get you permission to get this upgrade. I'm like, sometimes business owners, they make bad decisions. You know, mainline rental car company, you know, huge rental company. They own, there's like 3 rental companies in the United States, just so you know. They own a huge one. And so for you, it's how you ask for that question, but also recognizing that my emergency may not be your emergency and your emergency may not be my emergency. But if you're a salesperson, it's your role and responsibility to figure out how to make it happen. MIH, make it happen. Aloha, Scott. I'm coming to you live from a private jet, and I want to tell you a story. I was introduced to a man based upon an introduction that I had. So the cool thing for you is you never know who you're going to meet, and you never know what relationship you're going to start. So today, sitting in the private jet, it's an event. I didn't rent it, just so you know. It is an event, but it is super cool. It is super amazing. You got one of 3 things to do from here, just one of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. Hit follow if this is social media, or way cooler, share this with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.